Hi, this is Rich and Chris from Retro Sanctuary. Today we're going to be attempting to complete Starwing for the Super Nintendo, otherwise known as Star Fox in the United States. In Europe there were legal problems with the name, so they had to rename it as Starwing, essentially. So this is a game made by Argonaut, who had a history of making sort of 3D shooters on computers in Britain before making this game. And you can see some elements from older games like Star Glider in this game. Like, some of the enemies look quite similar. And they made the game with Nintendo, who did a lot of the gameplay. They designed a lot of the gameplay, apparently. This is the first Super FX chip game, so the cartridge actually has a small chip inside it which improves the graphics capabilities of the Super Nintendo. They allow it to do like 3D graphics and stuff. So, do you want to get to it then?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's go. This has been a long time since I've played this, and actually I'm more familiar with the N64 game than the Super Nintendo game. Yeah, that was renamed as Lilac Wars over here. But let's go then. Let's see how well I do.
I actually really enjoyed this game. I had it growing up. It was good fun.
I can't remember what the buttons do actually.
Well, there you go.
Boost, brake, Nova Ball Blaster.
Remember, if you roll, you deflect incoming projectiles. So.
Yeah. If you hold the fire button down, does it lock on as well?
No. So you get 3 types of fire. You get your first one, which is a single shot. Then you upgrade it to a double shot, and then you upgrade it to a plasma. Please don't go to training.
I feel like maybe I should do. Right, we can't choose the first level, can we?
Well, no.
It's impressive 3D graphics.
Especially for the time, 93,
It's not bad.
It's really good.
I mean, I think the 3DO existed in 93 though, so...
No, true.
Certainly impressive for the 16-bit consoles. Yeah, it is a really good
I love the soundtrack. You shoot the guys, and then after you shot up a certain amount, I think, you get a ring that you can hide.
Don't shoot him. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, like fly through. You get, you go through that little thing in the middle there, and then you get double shot. Come up here. There it is.
Right.
Wing blasters. That's it. You have got a bad aim.
Oh god, I hope I don't die on the first level.
There's every possibility that you might.
Gotcha.
You got to shoot the buggy off your 6. And it's Falco, so he will not be happy for that. Well, he won't be happy if you do either. I forgot about that. He hates you. That's your checkpoint. 99%, not bad.
I'm surprised there. I missed something at the beginning.
Oh, it's an in-ship one. I don't like this as much. God. You
can see some influence from Sega's Galaxy Force, I would say.
Yeah.
Because Sega made a game sort of like this in the arcades. But Argonaut had actually made a lot of 3D shooters like previously on computers, games like Star Glider.
Yeah.
So they had quite a bit of experience with making these types of games, but their games were always non-linear, so they weren't like rail shooters. You would like fly around, the area, kind of shooting enemies and refilling your health and such. So I think they approached Nintendo originally with their idea from the Super FX chip. So yeah, Argonaut showed Nintendo some tech demos, I believe, of what they felt their chip was going to do, and Nintendo agreed to make the game with them, essentially.
Nice. Shoot the doors. Just stay central. You don't ever need to move left or right, really. Up. Down. Brake. Nice.
Oh.
Fire.
Oh right, I was moving left and right to hit these on them.
Right, you come out to the boss. Now you're going to be flying around the central. When you're going to need to shoot these things on the wall, the triangular things. You need to dodge their laser beams as well.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah.
Use your bombs. Okay, you don't want to die. You can blow them up by pressing the A button as well. Right, shoot this guy. He'll give you some health back.
I'm going backwards.
Yeah, now you're going backwards.
Down there. Oh. I'm not sure if this is working right, really. Why is it going in the directions that it's going when it's turning that way?
God knows.
It seems like it's moving this way whilst turning.
Cinematic. There we go. That's that one. Go a bit lower. Got it. Right. And it is good. Now I fly. Auto flies me out.
It's probably as good as it could have been made, really, under the circumstances, isn't it? I mean, it's certainly a bit easier to aim in this than it is in something like Space Harrier or Galaxy Force, even, than we talked about earlier.
Definitely. Shoot the legs out as much as go to body. Go to body as well. Remember, if you fly sideways, there's less to dodge.
Look, this giant rock just appeared. The draw
No,
distance.
don't go too low. Don't go too low when you're flying sideways.
Draw distance isn't amazing, is it? In that section.
They are quite interesting boss fights, really, aren't they?
They do have a.
I mean, it's not like they're all the
one.
same or anything. They try and do different things with them.
Come on, get your legs down again. Oh shit! Tried to dodge it. Why isn't he dying?
What was that?
See the pilot.
Oh, right. That's pretty cool.
Coming this way, aren't we? Oops! That took all my health.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
Well, a lot of stuff on the last level, didn't they?
Yes, I did. I broke that.
They broke the spaceship.
No, I pressed the brakes. I really needed those wing blasters. Spit it out, mate. I knew I would be able to dodge all of it. I've got your number now, son. I'll shut his eye out. Okay. He's got one eye left. Yeah, just joking. No worries. Dude. See? Nice ending sequence as well.
Well done. Roger. I'm heading back to Cornelia.
See, why are they speaking English now, but when they're talking over the intercoms at the end of the level, it's like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Save of memory. They shouldn't do that, though. They should talk in funny languages the whole way through the game.
I like how it gives you all the dimensions and everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is a cool ending. And it's only the bosses that you've defeated, so if you do want to see the others, then you have to go the other routes. What did you think of the game?
Well, it is a classic, really, isn't it? You know, I mean, it was quite advanced for its time, I would say. It's a bit dated because obviously the frame rate's not great, but at the time it was quite impressive.
I love the game. I had it as a kid. I played through every single pathway. I knew the secret routes. When you do finally learn the sections and you're zipping in and out, then you do feel ecstatic. You really do. You like zip, 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 break, dash,
the dodging
break.
sections are
Yeah,
quite cool.
they are very cool.
The walls moving in and out, and you're like going around. Kind of reminiscent of the Star Wars arcade game from 1983, I believe.
Yeah.
That had sections like that. Obviously, they're sort of built upon those.
But I think as well, there's like secrets in the levels where if you do dodge under certain things, then you get extra bullet, like the bullet upgrade or an extra Nova bomb. So I really, really enjoyed the game.
You can aim to complete it 100% as well if you wanted to.
Yeah, because you do get an average score percentage
like
across all of them as well.
There is replayability, and there's a lot of levels, a lot of variation in the levels. You can take whichever route you want and such.
I mean, it really was a classic. It
Yeah.
was a flagship game when it came out, and for that reason, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I'm not going to give it max score because there are frame rate issues.
But is that the fault of the games and the consoles, or is that?
I think that's the fault of them trying too hard to put it into the Super FX chip.
If it's impossible to get rid of those frame rate issues, then can you really blame it? That's the thing.
True.
See, with this game, the thing is that if you're just coming to the game, you're going to have a lot of problems. It's going to be a big learning experience. You're going to have problems with the perspective, maybe, and definitely the frame rate, because people these days are used to much higher frame rates. This is playing at 15 FPS. But I mean, obviously, I wasn't playing too well because I'm quite out of practice in the game, and just picking the controller up, I was like, oh my god, the frame rate and stuff. It took me a while to get back into it. So I can understand why people would not like the game if they played it today. But at the time, this was a classic, and it pushed things forward a lot. So I'm considering giving it a 5 out of 5. But I'm not totally sure.
Come on, stop sitting on the fence.
It's between a 4 and a 5. I think I will give it a 5 out of 5 actually, because it expanded on the Super Nintendo's tech as well. It allowed the Super Nintendo to do things that it'd never done before.
Yeah.
And there must be so much work put into. They obviously had to build the chip to put into it. And after you've played it a lot, you do get used to the perspective and the frame rate a lot more.
Okay, guys, so that's Starwing for this week. Really enjoyed it. Great game. Really good use of the hardware.
Yeah.
And just a whole enjoyable experience all round. Anyway, so we will see you next week with another game. Take care.
See ya.